Assalamu alaikum, welcome to this new Arabic lesson with me, Maha. It's been a long time, but today I decided to teach you the different meals in Arabic, our meals, and how do we call them in Arabic, and how to use the verb to eat, my lunch, because we have a specific way to say it, and it's a little bit advanced. It's not beginner Arabic, so I'm going to start teaching you some advanced lessons and some, spoken Arabic lessons. So to apply the grammar that we have been learning in these past 400 videos, you have a lot of introduction to the Arabic grammar, how the language works. Now we're going to get more into the language and get to speak more. So in order to speak more, and like if you wanna say I have lunch at 1 p.m. 6 p.m. etc. We're going to need the meals. So I decided to teach you the meals today. They have something very, very interesting in the middle. That's why I'm going to dedicate one whole lesson on the meals. So it's not only the words. I'm not going to give you only the words, but the usage of the verb and the verb to eat in its different ways. Okay, let's begin. Breakfast. Breakfast we say futur, 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 futur. And lunch we say غدا, غدا, غدا. Or you can also say غدا with the tongue between the teeth. غدا, غدا or غدا. The difference is slight, and you can say them both and you will not make a mistake. غدا, let's stick with غدا. This means lunch. And عشاء, with the ayn at the beginning, عشاء, note the at the ending with غداء and عشاء. You can say also غدا and عشاء, but if you want to speak perfect Arabic, you have to, get to pronounce these small letters perfectly. So you need to just make غدا, elongate it, and finish the whole word. غدا with a small interruption of your guttural, of your ugula. غدا and عشاء. You don't have also to make all these movements, غدا and عشاء, but you will get used to them. غدا, the word finishes, and عشاء, the word finishes. And one other word that has this glottal stop at the ending is the word ماء. ماء means water. It's not ما. ما means what? ماء, water. So you have to get to use, if you're learning Arabic, to get used to pronounce this at the ending. So let's get back. We have futur, breakfast, غداء, lunch, and عشاء, dinner. Now if I want to say I have lunch, I have breakfast, we don't use the verb to have. We use a verb, and we don't use the verb to eat. I don't say أنا آكل. آكل is to eat. I don't say أنا آكل الفطور. It doesn't sound good. I don't eat the breakfast. I eat the things in the breakfast. So I eat chocolate chips or chocolate biscuits, or I drink. So you can't say I eat the breakfast itself. That's why we don't use the verb to eat, akala. But we use another word that means to have, and it's associated only with the meals, which is the verb Atanaawal. A little bit difficult. Atanaawal. You can say Atanaawal or Atanaawalu. Both are okay. So I have to say أنا أتناول the meal of breakfast. Also, you can say أنا أتناول الفطور right away. أنا أتناول, I have الفطور, breakfast. Or you can, more correct is to say أنا أتناول وجبة الفطور. وجبة means the meal. وجبة, meal of breakfast. So أنا أتناول وجبة الفطور. فطور. أنا أتناول وجبة الفطور, or أنا أتناول الفطور. It's okay. You can choose both. Now, if I have lunch, أنا أتناول الغداء or أتناول وجبة الغداء. You can choose between الغداء, lunch, and وجبة الغداء, the meal of lunch. أنا أتناول وجبة الغداء. If somebody hears you saying that, it means that you have studied a lot Arabic and you're speaking the perfect form of saying I have lunch, I have the meal of lunch, أنا أتناول وجبة الغداء. Now if I'm having dinner, it's the same function. أنا أتناول العشاء. I don't say أنا آكل العشاء, I eat the dinner. No. أنا أتناول العشاء or أنا أتناول وجبة العشاء. So أتناول means to have, but only associated with meals, with food, or even, you know, also with things that you can eat with your mouth. So like medicine, أنا أتناول الحبوب or something. أنا أتناول, it means to put something in your mouth, eat. In the meaning of eating, it doesn't mean to have, like the translation have lunch. It's not to have, it's not the verb to have. The verb to have we have learned it before. And if you still didn't see it, you can click here and it will lead you to the verb to have. Alright, now the important and interesting thing about these meals that is that you can have like you can go and choose another simpler word in order to say I have lunch, which is the verb to lunch. In English it doesn't exist. In Italian it exists, like io ceno. Ceno comes from the word cena, which means dinner. Io ceno is a verb. I dinner. I dine. Maybe like this in English, but I don't think there's a word for I breakfast. Can you say I break fast? I break the fast. I break fast, or I lunch. No, you can say I have lunch. Okay, you don't say I lunch. In Arabic, we can have the verb out of each and every meal. So let's go back. For futur, breakfast, we say أنا after. After means I have the breakfast within one word. After. Instead of saying أنا أتناول وجبة الفطور, you can say أنا after. And it means you are having the meal of futur, which is breakfast. So أنا after, easy. And if you want to say I eat lunch, I'm having lunch, I have lunch, instead of saying أنا أتناول وجبة الغداء, you say أنا أتغدى. Or أتغدى with the. أنا أتغدى. I am having lunch. أنا أتغدى. So I'm eating أنا أتناول وجبة, the meal of غداء. غداء, lunch. And if you want to say I'm dinnering, you have to say, instead of أنا أتناول وجبة العشاء, you can say أنا أتعشى. أتعشى. What did you notice in these present tense verbs? They all begin with a. This is the main rule of this lesson, which tells you a clue about the Arabic present tense verb with the I pronoun. So the first personal singular, it always begins with a, with almost all verbs. 90% of all verbs, 10% are other types of verbs, and we're not like 90% of verbs for now is okay, is enough. Alright, so all first personal singular begins with a, just like أنا after, I have breakfast, أنا أتغدى, I have lunch, and أنا أتعشى, I have dinner. Alright, so here you go. These are the meals, فطور, غداء, عشاء, and these are the ways to say I have lunch and dinner and breakfast. So I hope you liked this lesson, and I will see you in the following Arabic lesson with me, مع السلامة.